Nudge, nudge. It's been a barrage of psychological techniques and manipulations to achieve desired outcomes. But let's look at who that was and what those desired outcomes were. Because this isn't just theory, this was used against people in their everyday lives. As this whole lockdown debacle started, it was noted on a few posts online that there was a document going around which appeared to show a psychological strategy for, well, to put it plainly, scaring the shit out of people. That's the non-technical term for it. They called it a nudge unit, a team of behavioural scientists and specialists who were tasked with working out how to turn you against people, how to manipulate your feelings with the use of wording and incentives. You might have heard of them. Part of the Independent Sage group they were. Also in that group was Neil Ferguson, famous for being wrong on many occasions spanning decades. Yet his projections were used as the basis for much of the societal procedures that were followed. But the people behind the behaviour, ones like Susan Michie being put forward as the face of reason, despite heavy ties to communism and the CCP's way of thinking, it should have been clear for many to see that these people did not have ours or society's best interests at heart. That all these groups usually tie back to the overall industries and foundations that fund them. That fund getting a certain message across. Fear and compliance. I covered some of the techniques used in the 3 Ds of conversion under coercion, but it's more than that. Those people, and other government departments, sat down and deliberately decided to instill fear in people, whether it was necessary or not. A cruel and continuous process of heaping mental pressure and stress on them, knowing many wouldn't cope, deliberately splitting up families, letting people die alone, just so they could get their desired result. Fear and compliance. Because it is much easier to blindside people and lead them astray when they are frightened or worried. But still, it is an engineered response. Decide what you want to happen, then place triggers and reminders to condition people to accept that outcome. The one that you have chosen for them. Like I said, cruel. And the repercussions of which we are now witnessing. With countless vaccine injuries, more mental health issues for people, grief of not seeing loved ones in the final days or months, economic impact, all still happening with more being piled on every day. Food crisis, money collapsing, new viruses, war. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? And it is, because it's meant to be so outrageous and overwhelming that you won't have time to take it all in. They want you to be pulled this way and that, to not know what's coming next, to not relax and gather yourself. Headless chickens are what they want. There is a saying I have thought of often in this, the first line from Rudyard Kipling's If. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you,